My name is Dolan Ellis, and I'm Arizona's official Balladeer. I've always loved Arizona, even when I was a little boy. And when I got old enough to make my own decisions, I moved to Arizona. I had always seen Arizona in like National Geographic magazine. When you live on a farm, back in those days, that was sort of my window to the wider window to the world. And I would see the plants and the animals and the cactus and the saguaros. I have over 1 million miles on four-wheel drive vehicles throughout the state. So I've been all over the state, camping, hiking, and writing music about it and photographing it. As a little boy, I had an older brother, 10 years older than me, who was a musician, a fine jazz musician. And he made me drums out of cardboard boxes and mother's tin lids for her canning jars and everything. And I would listen to his jazz and play drums along with it. And I think that was what really started my love for music. I worked in a television station when I first came here. Then I had this opportunity to sing and play my guitar. I wasn't writing my own songs yet, but I would play folk music. Was the pop music back in those years, back in the late 50s, early 60s. So I was playing all the folk music that I loved and knew all the songs. And when Randy Sparks was putting together the new Christy Minstrels, he invited me to be a part of that. And we took it from ground zero to gold records and Grammy Award and all that sort of things. I quit the new Christy Minstrels right at the top of our fame. We had just received our Grammy Award. We had been 39 weeks on the Andy Williams Show, 80 million people a week watching us and listening to us, and I quit. And all my friends went, "You are out of your mind for doing this." I said, "No, I need to go back home." I knew where I belonged, and I said, I belong back in Phoenix. I belong back in Arizona. So I came back home in Arizona, and I started doing the same thing I'm doing now, 65 years later. It was a huge decision, as you can imagine, but it was a good decision. It was the right decision to make. One of the best decisions I made in my life. As I live life, I write about it. As I look over my music, I can tell where I was living and what I was doing by the music I was writing, because I experience things that inspire me, and I write about them. So they're kind of a diary of my life, really. Nature inspires me. And I write best in the out of doors when I'm camping. I also write on airplanes. I have hundreds of thousands of hours into my work, into my music, and my photography. I moved to Tubac, Arizona 1 year ago. Tubac is the oldest non-indigenous village in the state of Arizona. It was established in 1752. It's a small place. It's less than 2,000 people. And it's a lot of what Arizona was like 60 years ago. And I just love it down there. I'm now writing about Tubac and about southern Arizona. I'm writing more about the history of the conquistadors and Mexican and Spanish history of southern Arizona than I've ever written about before. I don't know whether I'll ever get it recorded, because I have now some hearing problems and some vocal problems that prevents me from doing concerts and that sort of thing. I'd love to record one more album of southern Arizona music. There is no place on earth like Arizona.
Have you ever walked across a meadow? Have you ever strolled down shady lane? Seen starlight in the skies that sparkle in her eyes? If you haven't, oh buddy, it's a shame.